5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. The matter is brought before this honorable court under the jurisdiction granted to it by the provisions of law, wherein the petitioner has sought relief for a violation of rights and remedies as prescribed under the governing statutes. The respondent, represented through its legal counsel, has filed an objection stating that the claims made by the petitioner are without merit and have no legal standing. The petitioner's counsel has argued that the relief being sought pertains to a matter of fundamental rights, which have been infringed due to the actions of the respondent. The legal representatives of the petitioner have relied heavily on various precedents set by the Honorable Supreme Court, which emphasize the protection of individual rights and liberties as enshrined in the Constitution of this nation. According to the submissions, the respondent has failed to adhere to the legal obligations imposed by both statutory provisions and judicial pronouncements, resulting in significant harm to the petitioner. The respondent's counsel, on the other hand, contends that the petitioner's claim is not substantiated by any compelling evidence. They assert that the law has been duly followed in the circumstances surrounding the case, and therefore, no violation of the petitioner's rights can be established. Furthermore, it is argued that the legal framework in question does not provide the petitioner with a basis to claim such relief, as the facts of the case do not substantiate the allegations made. At this stage, the court has considered the submissions of both parties and is of the view that certain key issues need to be addressed in greater detail. These issues involve a thorough examination of the legal principles underlying the case and the application of relevant case law that has dealt with similar matters. In light of the arguments presented, the court finds it appropriate to adjourn the matter for further hearings and direct the parties to provide additional documentation to support their respective claims. The petitioner has been given time to submit the requested documents, including records, affidavits, and other evidence, to establish the veracity of the allegations made. Additionally, the court has instructed the respondent to provide a detailed explanation of the steps taken in relation to the matter and any actions that may have led to the alleged infringement of the petitioner's rights. The court has also directed both parties to submit a memorandum of issues so that the matter can be dealt with expeditiously. The court, in its wisdom, is mindful of the need to balance the interests of both parties while ensuring that the principles of justice and fairness are upheld. As such, the court has also directed the respective legal teams to engage in alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, including mediation, with the hope of reaching an amicable resolution outside the courtroom. This, however, does not affect the ongoing proceedings, which will continue as per the scheduled dates. The legal representatives for both parties have expressed their willingness to cooperate with the mediation process. They have acknowledged the potential for a mutually agreeable resolution but have also emphasized that the legal aspects of the case must be thoroughly examined before any final decision can be made. The court has, therefore, scheduled a mediation session for the parties, which will be facilitated by a neutral third party to aid in the resolution of the dispute. It is noted that the issue at hand is of great importance, not only to the parties involved but also in terms of its broader implications on the interpretation of certain statutory provisions. The outcome of this case may set a precedent for similar matters that could arise in the future, affecting the rights and duties of individuals as well as the responsibilities of public and private entities. The court, in its deliberations, will take these factors into account when arriving at its decision. The court also wishes to address the concern raised by the petitioner regarding the delay in the proceedings. It is well established in law that undue delay in the judicial process can result in prejudice to the party seeking relief. In this regard, the court has instructed that all necessary steps be taken to expedite the proceedings, ensuring that the matter is heard and resolved within a reasonable time frame. In conclusion, the court has reserved its judgment on the request for interim relief, pending further submissions and clarification from both parties. The matter has been adjourned to a later date, with the understanding that both parties will continue to engage in good faith to resolve the dispute amicably. The court also emphasizes that the resolution of the case should be guided by the principles of justice, equity, and good conscience, ensuring that both the rights of the petitioner and the obligations of the respondent are given due regard. The court further directs that all documents, notices, and any other relevant materials be duly submitted to the registry of the court, in compliance with the prescribed rules of procedure. The registry is instructed to ensure that the records are carefully examined and that any deficiencies in documentation are promptly addressed to avoid unnecessary delays in the proceedings. The court expects that all parties will comply with the procedural requirements and cooperate fully in the proceedings. Should any party fail to comply with the instructions or the court's orders, the court reserves the right to take appropriate action as deemed necessary under the law. As the matter is of significant importance, it is essential that both parties remain committed to the legal process, allowing the court to reach a just and fair decision. The integrity of the judicial process must be upheld, and the court will ensure that all legal standards are met before issuing its final order. In conclusion, the court has emphasized the importance of a fair and expedited resolution of the case, ensuring both parties comply with legal procedures. With a focus on justice, the court aims to deliver a decision that upholds the rights of the both parties. Stop.